2023 City Commission meeting to order. Back again with an invocation by Commissioner Isom, led by the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Deputy Director of Public Safety, Deputy Clark.
Lord, I pray that this meeting is fulfilling and that we serve the people, the residents of this city, that we get our jobs done, move the city in the right direction. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yield to the city clerk for roll call.
Commissioner Adams, Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Present.
Commissioner Edwards,
Present.
Commissioner Henderson, Present. Commissioner Henry,
Present.
Commissioner Isom,
Present.
Commissioner Singleton,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Seats, Mayor Mohammed.
Present.
We have a quorum.
This brings us to the approval of minutes. Regular minutes, November 20, 2023. Is there a motion for the approval? Motion is made by Commissioner Henderson. Is there support?
Support.
It is supported by Commissioner Singleton. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Yes.
Commissioner Edwards,
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson. Yes. Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Isom,
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion carried.
This brings us to the approval of accounts payable listing. Is there a motion for the approval? Motion is made by Commissioner Henderson. It is supported by Commissioner Edwards. Is there discussion? Carry none. Call the roll.
Commissioner Adams,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Yes.
Commissioner Edwards,
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson. Yes. Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Isom,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion carried.
This brings us to the presentation, Project Need Foundation. Is there a representative present?
She said she was on her way.
We're going to move forward to citizens' comments. 3-minute maximum per speaker. Just for note, this is for public participation. So this is for all that would like to speak. Please register with the city clerk. There is a sign-in sheet. She will call you according to the sign-in sheet.
Vicki Franks.
Hi, each of you have a printout in front of you that has a email thread and a tax ID information, and then pictures that were taken today of a house that's by one of our houses over on Warwick Terrace. It was taken off of the tax sale. We were interested in purchasing it, and it sits and it's a fire. It's a dump site now, and it's terrible. And I don't know who I need to talk to about this. There have been times when I've came and I've asked questions before to the city commission and I get no response. So I'm not sure if I need to reach back out to someone, if someone needs to reach out to me. There is an email on top of the email thread that you'll see there that, any or all of you are welcome to comment back about this. I just don't know which way to move forward. I've heard that it's on the demo list. I don't know that it's on the demo list, but it would be great if it was taken down. Our intention when we purchased it was to take it down because, like I said, we do have a property that's by it, and it looks terrible.
Thank you.
Michael Lloyd.
Good evening, Michael Hoy, Benton Harbor Historical Preservation Society. Oh, I'm sorry, before that, this is a message to the city clerk. Happy anniversary, 2 years as being our city clerk. Everybody give her some love. I think she's one of the best clerks that we've had in a very, very long time, so it's her 2-year anniversary. Passing around a photograph from the 1920s. This was a Christmas program that took place at the First Congregational Church, which is part of the first original church in Benton Harbor, and that was just one of their pageants that they had back in the 1920s. So we're chasing down a story right now of how Mr. Clock went to the Denver Mint and how Benton Harbor had its own publication of money. You can go to Google and Google Benton Harbor money, and you'll see imagery of how Benton Harbor had the national bank here and how Benton Harbor had its own currency. So in our archives, I came across this book, On the Way to Denver and On the Way Home. This is a book about how Mr. Clock actually went out to Denver, and he actually made his way out to the Mint and things of that nature. We're still putting the story together, and we're still putting the story together and how this links back together with how Benton Harbor had its own currency at the time. And it's a really fantastic story, and I'll share this with you guys if you want to take a little look at it. It actually has the photograph of him on his way over. He actually put the boat, his car on the boat for the Grand Norton, and how they went over to Chicago. Then from Chicago, how they made their way in. Let me see, the year was 1917, I believe. Let me see here, 2 seconds. 1916 in August, as he made his way, and he made his way back. And then the postcards that he sent to all the people back in Benton Harbor are actually in a book that he made. And then here's a really young picture of Mr. Clock at the time that he traveled out to Denver. So Benton Harbor had its own currency. It's a really great story. We're still putting pieces together, and I just wanted to share a little bit of history for you guys. And here's a actual picture of him when he went over to the Denver Mint and actually so go to Google. You'll see the articles and things of that nature and how Benton Harbor had its own United States currency. Benton Harbor, I believe, is the only city that had their only currency with their name on it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sam Williams.
Hello,
Good evening.
I stay over at 114 North McCoy. I recently received a water bill for $480. I moved in, or I had the water turned on July the 27th. So they say in all of July, it was a water currency. But the house caught a fire May the 5th, and the water had been turned off until then. So my first bill was $48. Then they retroacted and go back in July, and then it turns into a $480 bill. So then I go up there and ask the young lady, you know, how I get that bill? The question I should have asked when I moved in, what date it was it? I couldn't find my receipt showing that I paid the water bill, but it had turned on my name. I've been looking around trying to find out anybody who could help. City manager, we worked on it a little bit, and he did what he did. He was just following whatever the young lady said and trying to make it right. But the elected people that we elected, I need y'all help to make sure that this don't happen again. Because I'm not in a position to pay a $480 water bill. There's no one even that's in the house. I went in there to clean it up. It was a leak. So when it turned on the water, I went straight down there and turned the water off. I see what a leak was. So I fixed it, repaired it, and we left. And then not too long ago, the inspector came over because I had to get with Abermarsh, pay them $1,200 to let them look at the basement, how my water floor is sinking. And I'm already up here putting in floor joists, so I had to pay them $1,200 for them to tell me to install floor joists from the inspector. Now I don't know what's going on or how I get to this far with this, but I'm here. I need y'all help to help figure this out. Because if this currency was set up at one time for the people who had high outstanding water bill during the pandemic, then that allocated money should go over there and take care of that $480 water bill. Because now she's telling me everything done went back to normal. Now it done went back to 2 units. But at first it was 51. The first bill was 2 units, now 51 units, which comes out to be $480. So I don't know where she getting this from. Because when I told them to turn it on, I said, take the last read. So that way I can go back and say, what's going on is the water bill getting out of control. So I believe she charged me for when I asked her to make that last week, the last week. I can't catch up with the mayor. I'm not going to entertain that thought. But I need the rest of y'all help. Thank you.
Richard Rivers.
Evening. Just a few items that I've gathered up. Safety, I'd like to make that number one always. I was near Union Park today. There's been a limb that's been hanging from a tree since August. There's now a felled tree, a part of a nice pine that's crossing the entrance to the park from the west. Recently fallen, broken. Not a hazard since it's already on the ground. The other one is still hanging from the tree, so I'd call that a hazard, but a couple of maintenance items at least. This is the darkest time of year, and street lighting, most of the street lights are operating now. The one near Block is out, and then there's a pole long gone that's not creating light. There's no pole, there's no light. But there's just a couple of lights that aren't on right now, aside from the ones in City Center Park that have been out or odd for quite a long time. On the subject of lighting, not safety, is the park is glowing now. You've probably all seen that by now. Still chasing down a few electric bugs, but thank you to the city for providing the power that's there. And so we're working at that, and that's a DDA thing. And we're part of you, and we want to make the city attractive for residents and passers through. Another safety item is on Forest. Got a nice coat of asphalt recently. A lot of the drains got repaired, but there's an area that's near the ravine, basically on both sides of the street, but worse on the west side. The sidewalk is sort of showing signs of collapse. And I don't know why that drain or those drains weren't attended to during that asphalt job, but it would have been a good time, and somebody should check into that. I was there today. There's dirt over the top, runoff because the drains are not effective, which creates the undermining and potential hazard of the sidewalk. Quality. Gene Clark Park roof is on now. Thank you. Oh, back to hazards. The sidewalk on Main Street that was long overdue for repair finally got repaired. I was very happy to see that, and I'm sure the wheelchair crowd and others are happy that that's repaired too. It makes their transit safer. Gene Clark Park roof. I was a frequent visitor of the park all summer, as we all are, and it took quite a while to get the roof on. The roof was done. I was there the day they were finishing up. There's a puddle that remains. The deck was not really repaired. They reused some lumber, but there was an area of the deck that they did not address, which is a puddle, happens to be right at the back end of the tunnel through the building. And so it drips, it's a puddle there, it drips on anybody that would pass through there in rain. And I think the bill is on this payables. I don't know who monitors quality of jobs like that, but I would say that the roof looks great, but there's a problem below. And there's many problems below that with the quality of the suffering of all the water that got into the building through that time. So sorry for my overlaps. I'll just say one more thing while I'm walking. Culligan is an item on the payables. And if we're trying to get people to pay their city water bills, we should maybe use our own water and be proud drinkers, consumers of our water instead of buying it. Thank you.
Mr. Duncan.
I wasn't planning here right now because I wanted to talk about the Project Need Foundation, and they're not here. So But while I'm here, I'd like to thank you guys for everything that you do. You guys had a long holiday. Hope that went well. Hope you ate a whole lot of turkey. Long layoff means more work. Maybe we can get all of the questions we asked last year answered this year. The first part of the year. So a lot of questions came through here the last year, the year where everything was supposed to be so great and we all were supposed to be so close together. And remember that Jambayah thing we did up in here? It hasn't worked. I'm just praying that it does. Thank you. And if they ever get here, I would like to ask some questions. Thank you.
No more comments.
Thank you. We do have our representative for Project Need Foundation present. You have the floor.
Excuse me. Thank you, Honorable Mayor. My apologies. My previous engagement ran early. I did want to come before the body and just make you aware of not only Project Need Foundation and the work that has been done in the community, continues to be done, and will increase. Forgive me again. However, I also wanted to make you aware of an event happening in Benton Harbor as it relates to the Justice 40 initiative through the Biden administration that's being presented by the U.S. Department of Energy, the Strategic Alliance Community Development Corporation, Project Need Foundation, and other partners. I believe everyone has a copy of this. Oh, no. Well, they're right here for your viewing pleasure. This is like everyone else. My apologies. I'm so sorry. Project Need Foundation has been behind initiatives quietly, although the work has continually and consistently been done, working towards creating a cleaner community and overall environment for residents of Benton Harbor. This Justice 40 initiative, though, and bringing education, information, and awareness to the broader community is going to occur on 2 weeks from today, Monday, December 18th, 2023, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Crystal Star Square. A lunch catered by Dialos will be provided, and this is for the purposes of educating and informing about broadband internet community development, networking and community building, environmental justice, workforce development, clean energy and climate change, and ways in which all of those topics, issues, and areas are affecting residents within this community, and resources and solutions to issues that present therein. I believe that's pretty much the synopsis in a nutshell. We are asking that as many elected officials and citizenry that can be present at this event. This is, like I said, an event that is sponsored in partnership by the U.S. Department of Energy and Strategic Alliance Community Development, but it's for the purpose of introducing Justice 40 and this initiative that is a Biden administration federal initiative to the community and addressing these issues. Not sure if much has been presented or previously or much is known about Project Need Foundation, but the mission statement is Project Need Foundation has a commitment to build sustainable and equitable systems to bring about needed change that will safeguard our children and the welfare of their family and the community at large.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, and please, please, please spread the word to your constituents, and we'd love to see you all there. There is no cost for attendance. Where there's a lack of knowledge, the people perish. So there is a cost for your absence. Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to our consent calendar, which we have no items tonight. So we move to the staff communication. I'd like to recognize the Deputy Director of Public Safety, Director Clark.
The only thing for this evening is if you have a Kia or a Hyundai and you haven't gotten your security systems yet, there's a link on our Facebook page to determine if your car is one of the models that is susceptible, and there's a process to get it updated or fixed. Other than that, we don't have anything else.
Thank you. Chair recognizes the Community and Economic Development Director and Assistant City Manager, Director Little.
Thank you, sir. I too would like to encourage people to participate in the session that he was just referring to as Project Need. We're working with the West Michigan Foundation with Dan Shoemaker, along with Project Need and with the Benton Harbor CDC to try and expand opportunities for the city to benefit from the Justice 40 initiatives that are coming available to us. I'd like to also thank the DDA for all of the work that they've done on lighting the Center City Park for the city. It looks real nice. And finally, I'd like to say, I think all of you are aware that we're seeing the rise of flu, RSV, and coronavirus again. We do still have a mask, the hand cleaner and so forth to try and help people to not get infected and so forth. And citizens within the city can pick them up right at the window downstairs. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair recognizes the City Clerk, Clerk Moore.
No report this evening.
Chair recognizes our City Manager, Manager Mitchell.
Just want to say, hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving, and have nothing else to say tonight.
Chair recognizes our Fourth Ward Commissioner, Clark Griffin.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. For me, it was kind of bittersweet. I had two cousins die back to back, so I had to go to Alabama. But I hope everybody else had a good Thanksgiving. By the time we made it back from one funeral, my first cousin died, so I might be going back. So just pray for me and my family, and everybody have a good night.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Third Ward Commissioner Henry.
Thank you, Mayor. At first I thought I would jab the commissioners, my colleagues, a little bit about not doing some of the little small things that would eliminate the barrier, financial barrier. But I thought better, because I'm gonna definitely be listening and pulling at your heartstrings to do the right thing for the people. And some of the little things that we have to do, and I'm counting on finance, personnel and finance chair and the co-chair to take care of their city business and eliminate some of this financial barriers that the citizen has. Thank you guys for being there. It's been a long half a year. Half of it's gone. We haven't touched the budget yet, but it's our budget to touch. So I'm waiting patiently for that to happen, so we can reallocate some money to do the right thing for the people. And I'm asking everybody to pay attention that everything that's going on now should be in the newsletter right now, so the citizens could hear or understand what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair recognizes the second Ward Commissioner, Edwards.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out, and also, I'd like to thank everyone who did drop off tires. That was a project that was put on by, Total Wellness, Deidre Fields. I'd like to thank, Mr. Ravers for helping out, Richard Ravers, and a couple of guys from the neighborhood, but I don't know exactly how many, but I know the last load, we threw in 140. So that was a lot of work throwing that in. Should have had the football team out there. That's the idea we can do next time. Get them in shape. But thank everyone for dropping those off. Hopefully we'll be doing it again, maybe before the snow hits. If not, just keep your ears and eyes open for that. Also, everybody we'll see, we have another meeting before Christmas. Drive safe, watch out for the deers. And the reason why I said I had 2 relatives hit a deer, not here in Michigan, 2 different states. But even so, I don't see deers run from across from Huntington Bank and run across Main Street. And I'm like, whoa, out here. And then you go where you don't expect it. So just keep your eyes open for deers. If they're big enough, the old ones, they'll total your car. It ain't a big, they'll total your car. Other than that, everybody just stay safe. Thank public safety for doing their job a couple of times over there, where I reside. So thank you all very much. Good night.
Thank you. Chair recognizes our first Ward Commissioner, Henderson.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Mayor. Just like to thank the residents and everyone who came out tonight. Thank you, Ms. Jennings, for your presentation of Justice 40. Just another organization in our community doing some really great work. So thank you for that and the information so that people hopefully can attend that event. Just wanted to remind people about the warming centers that we have in our community. The weather is changing. I personally work with kids, and just the number of kids that show up without hats and gloves. And again, I think it was Project Need that last year that donated some gloves and hats to some of the students that I work with. Again, there's a lot of great things happening in our community, and we still have ways to go to get many more things happening and working in our community. So thank you all for coming. Please continue to bring your petitions and things that you see happening in the community. It's going to take the entire community to fix the community. We see stuff, we drive around, we send emails, we do a lot of the things that residents do as well, specifically what Mr. Rappers talk about. I think I send as many emails about different things as well, and I know other commissioners do. So we do see a lot of the things that are not happening, just like you do. And just know we don't like it either. But I think we just all handle it differently, and your way is to petition us with things that we need to look at. So thank you for that as well, and just looking forward to the new year and just all of the things that Benton Harbor has to offer, but just what Benton Harbor will continue to grow into. Just really looking forward to that, for the upcoming year. So again, thank you all for coming out. And hopefully we'll see everyone again Wednesday, where the legislative committee meeting coming up. We have a bunch of topics and things that we'll be addressing in that meeting on Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner at Large Adams.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, and I want to thank the residents that took time out of their busy schedules to come and see how your government is working for you or not. There was some things that I really wanted to address that Mr. Rabbit I really appreciate citizens like him. I used to be one, I'm about to be again. And I will keep my camera in hand. But the responsibility of the tree lawn. Now, there's a tree at the end of Broadway and Lake Street, and it's just falling because it's a dead tree. And I keep forgetting because I keep coming that way, and I'm like, oh God, when I get under it, I'm like, please don't let it fall on me. There's a city house, a city commission house that sits there. Who's responsible for their tree lawn? I'd like to know, and I'll find out. But we need to really set the record straight on what the tax-paying homeowners are responsible for and what the renters are responsible for, as opposed to the housing commission and their property. I got a call this morning from a young lady that just sold her house, and her water bills, I mean, were just all discombobulated. I couldn't even explain to you what she tried to get me to understand and help her with. The only thing I could do is to lead her to Miss Osler down in the water department. I hope they can fix it, because I have some tax-paying residents, homeowners, whose water bills have gone on their taxes, and they're still in danger of losing their property. And I requested the insurance paperwork for the repairs of the Gene Clark Park Pavilion. I still want it. I'd like to have the addresses of the warming stations. That would be nice to let the residents know to share. But this has been a pleasure. Sitting here in a place of power and networking across the country and learning and knowing of different people and different organizations. And now I can really get to work. Now I can really get to work and get some stuff done with all of the people that I have met along life's way for the past 23 years. But it's been a pleasure and honor, and we got one more meeting. Okay, I'll save it. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner at Large Isom.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. Thank everyone for coming out tonight. Lighting up the park. You know, we had a great time at the library. The children came out and sung, played their instruments. Beautiful, you know, to see the talent that we have in the city of Benton Harbor. They sung. There was a choir there that I think Pastor Thompson. He's teaching at the school. He had a choir there too. And it was beautiful, you know, to hear the kids sing and play the instruments, and brought in the lighting of the city. You can see it out there now. It looked great. And another thing about the park, at the public safety meeting, we will be presenting the United Civic Monument Project, the Martin Luther King statue. We will be presenting at public safety on the 13th, the design and how it's going to start breaking ground. So they want the residents, the people, to be prepared of what's coming with these monuments in both cities. To bring unity to the city with these monuments of Martin Luther King statues in both cities, pointing toward each other. You will be, so come public safety meeting on the 13th. You'll see the rendering of these statues. Great presentation, Ms. Jennings Cleveland, right? Both of them.
Jennings.
Cleveland Jennings. Yep, sound like a good something to go to and learn more about what's happening, and to bring this Justin 40 to help Ben Harbor, the residents. And I like to thank the residents, Mr. Roberts, for doing his duty, keeping up on things in the city, part of the downtown authority, and even Mr. Williams coming out about the water, and you know, with the credits wearing down now, I think the city gonna see more residents gonna look at their bill and say, what the, and because, you know, the water is finna kick in now. So we're gonna have to help ease the burden, but at the same time, we need people to, you know, set up something, you know, to help the city, so, you know, sustain its water plant. So, but we still got to, at the same time, ease the burden off the residents. You know, this water thing is big, so we'll be working in the Personnel and Finance Committee, and just to do that, working on that. And what else you got here? The lighting, monument, and just that's it, you know, and it's been good. It's been a good year. One more meeting to go, you know. It's been good. It's been good. Things are happening in the city and will continue to happen. But that's what this commission have done. Thank you so much. I just gotta say this. Detroit Lions. I just gotta throw that out there. I gotta throw that out there. Hey, no. Okay, well, we been in the Super Bowl. God bless you. God bless Ben Harbor. Expect great things.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner at Large Center.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, to the citizens and everybody else who didn't meet tonight. Thank you. We hear your concerns, and I think it's been stated that it's going to take all of us to make things go like they're supposed to do. Everything. All the nonprofits, you know, over the past year, I've seen more and more folks getting involved, you know, doing things. And like I said, that's how it's going to make things happen. It's going to take all of us. Public safety, you know, we're in the cold months now. You know, please check on, you know, older folk, you know, or even, you know, people that's got homes. Just be safe with the heating, because, you know, a lot of times folks, you know, if something wrong with the furnace or something, they might use the stove or plug up too many space heaters in one circuit and end up causing a fire. So hopefully we can be conscious of that. If you see anybody, if you're at somebody's house and notice something, you know, just let them know. And it just we don't want to wait till an incident happened. And, you know, we're gonna finish this year out. Gonna finish strong, because I believe, you know, how you finish is how you start. So hopefully we can finish strong when we start out 24 and just keep the momentum going. The Dollarite board, I'm on that board now. We had last couple of meetings. We had a new executive director, so things are starting to get stabilized in the transportation department there. Still some issues to work out, but, you know, we're gonna get them done. I think the employees now are starting to buy into knowing the importance of Dollarite, what it is to this community. And so I think, you know, that those issues that we experienced from there will work itself out. There's some things that's going to be coming down the pipe with the organization over there. There's quite a few folks interested, you know, other communities, you know, not to the point where communities want to come in and, you know, and take over, take you know, board seats and things like that, but they're interested in the transportation to their communities, which we, you know, doing anyway, you know. So you'll be hearing more about that. Sure. I think anything else? That's it for me.
Thank you, Commissioner Singleton. I'd like to thank all the city council and staff for your comments. Thank you, residents, for coming out and your presentation, Mrs. Cleveland Jennings. We look forward to working closely through our Economic Development Director's office, and if there's anything that you need from the City Council or the Office of the Mayor, please let me know. I would like to, again, congratulate those who were elected and re-elected. We will have the swearing-in ceremony on the 18th of this month, December 18, which you will see the next group take their oath of office, and you'll see those who have been diligently and faithfully serving return to the life of private citizens. But there is always something to see and behold, the peaceful transfer of power, where we can have elections and respect the wishes of residents and move the city forward without malice, in the best interest of the whole. So that will be at the next meeting. And then on the 19th, we will have an inaugural community celebration where you will hear from all of the newly elected officials. There will be food. There will also be beverages of choice, a program along with a special presentation by our youth. And this will be at the Inn at Howard Shores. It is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it is at no cost. So we want to invite and welcome all to this community event. And the theme is cooperation and collaboration. And it will be a collective celebration of all of the work that not one person has done, but the collective effort that has been done over the past 8 years. I do want to make a announcement regarding the City of Benton Harbor water. There are some changes. The City of Benton Harbor has met or exceeded lead standards under the Federal Safe Drinking Water Act, Michigan's lead copper rule for 2 consecutive years. Since January 2022, more than 1,500 households have applied for a free lead inspection. The state of Michigan, at the end of next week, to apply to have your home, the plumbing and the faucets and the fixtures replaced at no cost. That application deadline ends next Friday. So you need to come to City Hall and get your application. It will continue for those with Medicaid and those who have children, small ages 17 and under, in the home. But as far as the blanket, all homes, that runs out next Friday. But we did have the conversation where the state is going to honor every home that filled out an application. Every home will receive those services at no cost. So with that being said, check our website because there will be changes to the distribution of water as well as being able to pick up water. It'll go from 4 days a week actually to 1 day a week. And this is all coming to a close at the end of December. So pardon me for taking a couple more minutes or seconds, but we just wanted to share that. That being said, happy holidays to all. And is there a motion to adjourn? Motion is made by Commissioner Singleton, supported by Commissioner Edwards. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Adams?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Griffin? Yes. Commissioner Edwards?
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson? Yes. Commissioner Henry?
Yes.
Commissioner Isom?
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton?
Yes.
Mayor McCollum?
Yes.
Motion carried.